For 5 years, Nandini Ray has lived with the certainty that Arjun Sen was dead, his name etched into the memorials of fallen intelligence officers. That certainty shatters when a secure, encrypted message arrives from an unknown number. He is alive. Find him. The message includes a photo of a man who looks exactly like Arjun. To the public, he is a ghost from a botched 2019 operation along the Myanmar border. To Nandini, he is a partner who never came home. The photograph's metadata points away from the jungle where he supposedly died and toward this isolated ridgeline in the Himalayas. He's been found in a place where survival is physically impossible for anyone but the most highly trained operatives. This discovery creates a massive anomaly. If Arjun survived the crash 5 years ago, it means someone within the security establishment didn't just save him, they scrubbed his existence from the world and hid him in the mountains. Within hours of the leak, a mercenary team led by Kabir Malhotra lays siege to the remote monastery where Arjun has been hiding. They aren't there for a conversation. Despite having no memory of who these attackers are, Arjun's response bypasses his conscious thought. He moves with a lethal, pre-programmed efficiency that neutralizes the threat before he can even register he is in a fight. This is the central paradox. Arjun's cognitive memory is a total blank slate, yet his body has the instinctive reactions of an apex predator. He has forgotten his name, but his muscles haven't forgotten how to kill. While Arjun survives the siege, the crisis migrates to the capital. Intelligence headquarters discovers that fingerprint matches and surveillance footage from a series of high-profile political assassinations over the last year all lead back to the man they thought was dead. Here, in the administrative heart of New Delhi, the data suggests the unthinkable. The hero the nation mourned has returned as its most dangerous domestic threat. Nandini is now caught in a desperate dilemma. She has to find out if the man who vanished 5 years ago is still trapped inside this lethal stranger, or if the Arjun she knew has been replaced by a programmed sleeper agent. Nandini begins a deep-dive investigation, ignoring official warnings to stay away. She cross-references encrypted financial transfers and traces police history of safe houses across northern India. She works backward to the 2019 mission, looking for the exact moment the official records and the reality on the ground diverged. This exact road was the very last place Arjun was seen alive. Nandini discovers that while the helicopter crash was real, the cleanup operation that followed was a front for a black site transfer. The end of the trail reveals a classified initiative that officially does not exist. Project Veda. This wasn't a program for gathering intelligence. It was an experiment in human engineering designed to manipulate the biological mechanisms of memory. Veda functioned by partitioning the human brain. Scientists developed a radical chemical protocol to suppress a subject's original personality while leaving their tactical training intact. This diagram shows the process. Foundational memories, family, history, identity, are locked into a quarantine zone, completely inaccessible. On this blank slate, a new artificial persona is forcibly implanted. This creates an operative who follows orders without moral conflict, having no personal past. A rogue architect named Vikram Kaushal hijacked the project, turning Arjun into a ghost assassin. Over the course of those missing 5 years, Arjun was deployed for high-profile hits he would never remember committing. By erasing the past, Veda created the ultimate untraceable weapon. If captured, the assassin can't confess to his crimes, because to his own conscious mind, those crimes never happened. By correlating forgotten facility power surges with logistics logs from the Veda era, Nandini tracks Arjun to an abandoned Cold War bunker deep in the Himalayan rock, Facility N-17. But the mastermind is watching. From a remote terminal, Kaushal activates the program's ultimate override. He broadcasts a single trigger phrase, Black Lotus Rising. The human confusion in Arjun's eyes vanishes. He is replaced by Subject 17, an emotionless entity recognizing Nandini not as a person, but as a target to be eliminated. Nandini realizes that physical defense is impossible against a man trained to dismantle military squads. To survive, she has to trigger a system conflict using the only thing the Veda scientists couldn't fully erase, his buried humanity. She starts shouting out specific, visceral details of their shared life. She is weaponizing real memories to disrupt the artificial programming. She describes a rainy evening at Princep Ghat, reminding him of a conversation that occurred before Project Veda ever touched his mind. She forces him to remember a specific argument outside the Indian coffee house. This flood of authentic, unprogrammed data creates a massive internal conflict with his kill directive. The cognitive dissonance becomes too much for the Veda protocol to handle. The artificial directive shatters, and Arjun regains control of his body, stopping the attack and exposing the conspiracy to the nation. Arjun is no longer the man who vanished 5 years ago, nor is he the machine Kaushal created. He is something new, a man rebuilt from shattered memories, who, when faced with a directive to kill, made the human choice to remember.